We want to take a deeper look at the issues that were raised in that story, not only in the fish farming industry in Chile, but elsewhere as well. Aquaculture, as it's called, is a huge global industry, accounting for more than 40% of the fish consumed around the world. We want to discuss this with one of our regulars, Michael Novacek, provost of science at the American Museum of Natural History here in New York. So here's the question. Are the problems of the Chilean salmon industry limited to just that country?
No, unfortunately not. Chile may represent one of the biggest crises in the world in terms of fish farming, but fish farming in general can be controversial and problematic because of the amount of food it takes to actually feed fish, especially carnivorous fish. Number one, for instance, these salmon, it's estimated that it takes about 3 pounds of wild fish to feed for every 1 pound of salmon to produce.
So if I thought I was doing good by eating farm-raised fish, I'm actually adding to the problem?
You actually are in some cases, at least in the case of fish farms that are dealing with these large fish, these large carnivorous fish, you actually are. The additional problem with a lot of these fish farms is the lack of environmental control. The pens are overstuffed with fish. There are a lot of chemicals used in the whole process, and so there are problems that flood out into the environment and make it very difficult for fish living in natural environments as well.
So what's the solution here, and especially for the consumer? What should I be doing?
Well, some farm fishing and some farm fish products are okay. This particularly pertains to the vegetarian fish like the carp, but also things like clams and oysters, because these organisms, these species, not only don't take too much food, but they also clean the environment in some cases because they're filter feeders, so they're actually good for the environment. The problem is there's certain kinds of fish farms where we're really pulling on these high consuming fish.
Is this a problem that I can fix as the consumer by making smart choices, or do you think it goes beyond that?
This is a tough thing for the consumer because while the reason fish farms have been around since 2500 BC, the Chinese were raising carp, but the reason fish farms have been so popular in recent years or have really taken a rise is because of the depletion of wild populations. So there's certain things you really have to avoid in the market, like bluefin tuna, obviously highly endangered, like Chilean sea bass and so forth. But at a broader scale, there really has to be government action and international cooperation, and we should support that kind of activity because we've got to manage these populations and bring them back.
Michael Novacek, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Great to be here.